Hi, my name is Maureen Heberly. I am in Professor Lane's class for BI201 Anatomy and Physiology, and I am recording my experiment of 3 chicken bones. One is placed in acid, which is vinegar. The other is placed in the saline solution, and this one here had nothing. So I'm going to change the focus of the camera so I can put it down on here so that we can see the effects on the bone. Okay, so first I am going to open up the vinegar package. This has been sitting here for a little over 5 days, and we're going to see the effect that the solution had on the bone. And I might add that as a vegetarian, this is not an easy task for me, but I'm doing it. Okay. It smells pretty bad. So, let's see how, it's very squishy, like very squishy. You can see that there seems to be absolutely no bone on the outside part, although it does seem to have the fibrous cartilage still intact. And I'm going to get a paper towel here because this is pretty gross. It seems to still be spongy, and actually it doesn't even seem breakable all the way through. It seems to be there's absolutely no calcium whatsoever, so it's obvious that the calcium was dissolved by the acid that was in the vinegar. And I'm just going to put this down. Okay, next we'll move on to the bone that was placed in the salt, the saline solution. This also smells quite bad. And it's extremely hard. And I'm guessing this is because the salt and the combined minerals, yes, it doesn't even bend at all. And I don't even know if it would break. I suppose it would. You know what? I can't even get it to break. It's actually really, really strong. Okay. And I wouldn't even say it's brittle. I would just say it's substantially stronger than it probably was before even being placed in the solution. Okay, so now the bone that was left in a bag without any type of solution around it for 5 days, then it was placed in the oven at 250 degrees for almost 2 hours, not quite. And so we can see it's much thinner than the bone that was placed in the salt. And they were the equal size before. This one seems to be a little swollen, and this one is actually pretty dried out. So I'm guessing that on the inside is probably not much collagen. Oh, it broke actually pretty easy. You can see that it's thin and actually really brittle on the outside, almost sharp. The inside is very dry, although you can see some of the dried up fibers, and it just smells terrible. So it seems that just sitting there without any type of moisture or anything else. It seems that the inside pretty much dried out. So I'm guessing that this is the one that would be subject to the rickets, because there just doesn't seem to be really anything. Well, no, actually I think the one with the vinegar would have something to do with the rickets, because there just doesn't seem to be any stability here. And this is very similar to the articles I researched on the rickets. So anyways, you can see here what happened to the dried out bone. There's pretty much nothing left inside of it. It just pretty much almost has disintegrated. And I don't even touch that anymore. And the only one that seems substantial still is the one that was in the saline solution for many days. So that is it for my experiment. I think I answered all the questions that were required. The hypothesis of this experiment was to determine the effect of outside influences such as heat and acid, and then a mineral compound structure of the bone. The chicken bone that was placed in the bag without solution is our control, and the independent variable was actually the length of time the bones are placed in the solution. The dependent variables were the vinegar solution and the saline solution. So it seems overall that once again, I guess just to over-repeat, is the vinegar solution, the acid, pretty much destroyed any calcium and any strength to the outside of the bone, although I would surmise that the collagen fibers are still intact on the inside. And with this bone, the one that was placed in the saline is very sturdy. Actually, it has maintained its original size, if maybe not possibly a little bit swollen. And then the bone that had nothing, which was the control bone, actually just is slowly disintegrating. And I guess that's it. This is for week 5, lab 6, and the next step is to try to upload this. Thank you for your time.